What's up, YouTube? This is Team War Milk here. This is X Men and K talking here, and Treves is here too. We're just going to talk about. This is Yu-Gi-Oh for Dummies. We're going to talk about maintaining card advantage, and then we're going to talk a bit about playstyles and like the common myth among playstyles. So to start it off, I'm going to say Yu-Gi-Oh is a life point based game. False. Okay. Now, lots of these newer players, or not even newer players, but like, there's lots of kids that, we have some bad kids, well, I don't want to say bad kids, but they just need to learn some things. So, at our local. Anyways, so, I'll start off by saying, like, maintaining your plus ones and minus ones, like, obviously heavying when there's two cards, when they heavying two back row or more back row. The obvious things like, if like XYZ is a minus because obviously you're using two cards to get a one. So I'm going to start to go with it. Basically, you want to maintain card advantage upon your opponent. You want to have more cards than your opponent does. So lots of it is based on making small plays during the whole game. So I have a whole bunch of MSTs here. I just like MST. So even like setting MST, and if they ever MST or MST, you just chain MST to one of their other cards. That's an easy plus one right there. This is just a basic video, so that's a quick plus one there. Dark Holing when they had two monsters, plus one, like I said earlier, Heavy Storm. Wineups plus the shit out of everybody, but we're gonna talk about decks later in this segment. That's like the end result here. And so
you got like Spy, you know, attacking a Spy,
attacking
automatic
spy,
plus one.
plus one. So you want to run cards that can net you advantage in your deck. Like Quip cards are terrible. Like unless you're playing like Noble Knights or like Morphtronics, Quip cards are terrible. I don't know why you'd run them. It doesn't net you, and you want to play cards that net you some sort of advantage. Cards like Dark-Armed Dragon, High Priestess, BLS, like any card that can just, you can summon and kill another card on the field with its effect is just really good. Those cards, those monsters usually benefit. Other cards to mention are Master Hyperion.
Caius.
So in your deck, yeah, Caius, like in your deck, you want to play. You don't want to play straight up like cards that don't net you any card advantage. So 1-for-1's okay, like MST is okay, but if you're playing a 1-for-1 card, you can pretty much 1-for-1 your opponent, and if you're playing gadgets, it's really good. 1-for-1s are really good because you're plussing with the gadgets, and you're maintaining 1-for-1s, constant 1-for-1s with your other cards, your traps and your spells. So that's really good too. Another thing is, you get your biggest, like in Yu-Gi-Oh, how you get card advantage is just destroying monster by battle. That's how you get card advantage. That's how you win the game. But when you kill monsters by battle, that's how you win. Like, because you win by card advantage. So, also, one of the stupid things I see people do, they're trying to protect their life points just by setting a random monster. If you can take a hit, don't protect your life points by setting a monster. Like, maybe you say you're... who plays Blackwinds anymore, but we'll use this as an example. You're playing Blackwinds. They have something you can't get over with Shura. Okay? I've seen multiple kids do this, and bad kids do this. Set Shura to protect their life points. And then draw into Bora next turn. Like, why would they set Shura to protect their life points? They could easily keep the Shura in their hand and take the hit, and then next turn, if they draw into a card, like something that can kill it, they'd have a monster, like maybe they drew into Smashing Ground or Soul Taker, summon Shura, Soul Taker, attack for 18. I mean, you just have your monster, it saves your monsters, your life points can take a hit. That's card advantage. You're going to lose card advantage if you keep getting your monsters destroyed by battle. So that's another thing to play. I generally don't attack face down monsters because face down monsters also generate card advantage if you have them face down. Like attacking into face down spies. So if you have Veiler, you can wait for them to flip summon spy and just Veiler it. Those like simple things, simple plays. So that's like just like I said, card advantage. Try and maintain card advantage. And what I'm going to say with playstyles goes hand in hand with this. So playstyles, there's not really a certain playstyle. Like, so I hear a lot of people say you have an aggressive playstyle or they have a conservative playstyle. That's just wrong. You can't just say you have a playstyle. Your playstyle is like, okay, you have a hand. You have your hand. For every hand you have, for every like combination of cards you have in your hand, there's an optimal play. And you will make that optimal play. Maybe the optimal play is to hold back and be conservative for that turn. Maybe the optimal play is to push for game. There's like a good player knows when to make the optimal play.
You play to win the game. You don't play to.
You play to win the game. Exactly. You play to win the game.
And however you play, however you need to play to win the game is how you play. It's not, exactly like.
Yeah, like,
you don't. Oh, I play real conservative all the time. Yada yada.
You don't just fucking play conservative all the time. Like, there's a difference between playing conservative all the time or holding your resources to explode on your opponent and make an impact. Put some pressure on your opponent for the board and you know what I mean. So
there's a difference between
those are two different things.
Between being a bad player and a good player.
Yeah, that's the difference between being a bad player and a good player, right there. Touche. So I don't know. These people saying that they have different playstyles. Really, it's just your playstyle should be you play good. You're a good player. You have the good playstyle. You make the optimal play for every combination of cards you have in your hand. Whether you're holding back for more resources, baiting out back row, tons of things. Like, I play against tons of back row decks that set for those decks you gotta be smart and bait out the back row and not overextend, because you overextend and it's like, what did you do that for?
That's what they're waiting for.
That's playing conservative, but you're not going to do that the whole game. You can't say you're a conservative player for the whole game. Now, this ties into card advantage too, because you play conservative for a bit, but that's not playing conservative. It's a way of saying you're holding on to your resources. You're waiting for that play that you need to make to push, to change the game state maybe, and you want to control the board. You want to be in control of the game the whole time. So
you're waiting for the turning point,
exactly.
where you can get the maximum +1s to screw over your opponent. Really,
exactly.
Because as soon as you get momentum, it's hard for them to come back. You play conservative to try and then you try and stop their momentum.
Yeah, Treves is right. Exactly, like BLS. You don't summon BLS your first turn that you can play it, because they'll just be like, well, get rid of that shit.
Bottomless.
They'll fucking centipede
Warning.
hornet pop. Like, don't do that. Like, hold on to your boss monsters till late game. Like, unless you can push for game, that's a different story. But when you have game, you go for game. So that's all I want to say in this segment. This is kind of basic. So next time we're gonna talk about might talk about reading back row. And yeah. Anyways, this is Team Warm Milk, ex-Superman NK here.
And I'm Treves.
And like this video, comment down below. Tell me what you want to see for our next video. And if you want any deck profiles, leave a comment and let me know. Anyways, peace out, YouTube.